You remember the TV show Days of Our Lives? The hourglass and everything. That's how it feels like these days, doesn't it? Wow, the stuff continues. Hi, Thomas Miller. Thank you so much for joining us on the Fun Astrology Podcast, kicking off a new week here on Monday, February 20th, under the new moon in Pisces. And before we get going here, don't forget about tomorrow night. Mark your calendars, 7:30 p.m. Eastern Time. We're doing our kind of pop-up group reading. It's free to listen to, free to watch. You can join us on our YouTube channel, Fun Astrology, or our Facebook group, Fun Astrology Podcast Listeners. Come join us. We'd love to have you participate. You can chat with us, but it's going to be a great learning experience. That's tomorrow night at 7:30. Now, that Piscean new moon happened at 2:05 this morning at the very inspirational and powerful 1 degree 22 minutes of Pisces. All these times, of course, on our podcast are based on Eastern Time. The moon entered Pisces at 11:55 last night, and of course that was after the sun entered Pisces on Saturday night. And I'll tell you, we talked on our Level Up last night about the revival in Kentucky, and just not only that, that's a springboard, but my goodness, if you watch some of the local news coverage or just search the news on that, you'll see how that thing has exploded. They say that tens of thousands of people have come to that little town in Kentucky to try to get a glimpse of what's going on. It's become a big problem, as you could imagine, and now they're talking about moving the revival off the campus, which probably, I don't know if that will stop it, but there is a definite wow factor to this whole thing. And as we have a new moon in Pisces and we now have the sun in Pisces, regardless of what religious expression you prefer, the energy of this is available to all of us. This is the high side of Pisces. And let me tell you the connection here. Liz Green, one of the premier astrologers in our world today, wrote a book about Neptune. The theme of her book is Neptune is our journey back to source, the redemption of our soul. It's almost like we come here with some degree of separation, and few will find it because most are focused on this reality and all that it entails, including Neptune's illusion and delusion and fogginess. But if you see clearly, Neptune is about a lifelong journey. It's a slow mover coming back to source. Neptune, of course, is the ruler, overseer, influencer of Pisces. So as we say we're in Pisces season, we could also say, very much so, we are in redemption season or Neptune season. So focus on that. And today we have one of the most powerful new moons probably that we've had because it's sitting right there at the beginning degrees of Pisces. This is loaded today, guys. In fact, I think the best thing we should do is not have so many words today, but really tune into our soul. Let's talk about a couple of other things before we set that up. First of all, Venus changed signs, also probably while you were asleep at just shy of 3 a.m. It entered Aries. And when we turn the calendar page next week, we are going to have a lot of this. We have some major sign changes in March. And then, just before midnight tonight, Mercury sextiles Chiron. Tomorrow, Mercury squares Venus, and then on Wednesday, Mercury trines Mars. We'll pick those apart on each day, but we have 3 big primary Mercury aspects. And remember, Mercury, as it transits, is one of the key trigger planets. And then on Thursday, things get really quiet through the weekend and even into the first part of next week. And what I would say is, with March energy ahead of us, enjoy the quietness. Now, let me just set up a couple of things I'm carrying forward from what we did last night on Level Up. But if you would like to explore the energy of this revival, again, no matter what belief system you prefer, or no belief system, this is energy. So let's just stay right there. But one of the things that is key about this is that it was based or has been based on the expression of worship. So this is expressing gratitude and praise to highest source. That is what has been fueling this. The other thing that I think is significant is just how badly these kids want this. They have not stopped. So there's a yearning. They want this fire in their souls. And the other point is that it began out of love. I traced back online and found the prayer of the chapel service that closed the chapel service and began the revival. And it basically was a prayer asking or inviting love. So the thing, as I said at the beginning, days of our lives, we've been talking about this for the last couple of years, and now we're in it. This is part of the shift. If you don't want to believe all the crapola that's going on in the world, have a personal revival. Invite it. And then you have to fuel it, because this thing is fueling itself by keeping the outside outside. Kind of think that once they move it off campus, it might curtail it, but it's going to be up to each of us to keep such a fire burning in our own hearts. You see, if you look at the news stories locally and you see the traffic and the congestion and the number of people outside, somebody said a person came from Finland, traveled from Finland to be there. This is a real deal, and we can create it in our own lives. So enjoy the new moon. Set powerful intentions today. Go for stuff that you would not dare to go for any other time, spiritually especially. And don't follow the mainstream. Follow that narrow path. And I'll leave you to your Neptune redemption with your own soul. Have a wonderful day. I love you. See you back tomorrow.